In today's video, we are reviewing a $10 cane from Amazon. Is it any good? Can it stand up to the much more expensive canes that we're used to? And if so, should you buy it? Those are the questions we will hopefully answer today. So hang on, we'll be right back. Hey guys, it's Sam with The Blind Life. Welcome back. So this is the Baitaihem folding cane. I think that's how it's pronounced. That's how my screen reader says it anyway. 4-segment folding white cane, currently available on Amazon for $9.98. The company, I'm not going to say their name again. Full disclosure, they did reach out to me and asked if I wanted to review this cane. They did send this to me free of charge, but they are not paying me to make this video and they don't get to influence anything I say about this cane. This is all 100% my own honest opinion. They were also very generous to give me 4 extra canes that I can give away in future live stream events and talk back with The Blind Life. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted every time I put out a new video or I go live. All right, let's take a closer look at this cane. As I said, it is a 4-segment folding cane. When it is all folded up, it is about 13 inches long. When it is fully extended, it is just over 49 inches. So this is not a very tall cane. It's made from aluminum alloy and the handle is plastic. It has very highly reflective white tape on it, as well as a red section here in the middle. The cord going down the center of the cane is a double bungee, and you do have a bungee loop at the top here for your wrist. Finally, down at the bottom, you don't have any type of rolling tip or anything like that, marshmallow, anything. You actually have a rubber cap, a very similar type of cap as what you would find on stability canes. Okay, let's talk quickly about the things I really like about this cane. Number one is it is super strong. You don't have any metal fittings here in between all the sections. It's just that the aluminum tube narrows at the end here about 2 inches, and that nests into the next tube above it. But that does make a very strong connection. There is literally no flex in this cane at all. It closes and opens very smoothly, locks into place with that double bungee in the middle. It does a great job of locking and staying closed. And then there's very little rattle and shake in the cane at all. When you're shaking it around, it doesn't move around too much at all. All very good things. The reflectiveness of the cane in low light situations is pretty good. And you do have that red section here in the middle indicating that, at least here in the US, which is much more common, indicating that this is a cane for the blind. Although, fun fact, the red actually indicates low vision traditionally, but we don't really follow those types of guidelines that much anymore. Also, a positive about this cap, this rubber cap at the end here, is that this cane is going to be great for walking around, leaning on it. It's not going to slip at all if you are putting some weight on it. If you are needing a cane for stability, this is going to be a fantastic cane for that. And then finally, probably the price. Honestly, $10, less than $10. It's not bad at all. All right, that's about it for the pros, unfortunately. Next, we'll talk about the cons. And how about we start from the top down? Number one is the wrist strap at the top. It's very short and it doesn't have your knot in the middle like we're used to. So that means that when the cane is folded up, the strap really does nothing to hold it closed. Now, you could tie a knot in here in order to use it to hold the cane closed, but it's not long enough to go over the top. You would have to feed it from the bottom. Next is the handle material. It is just a plastic, hard plastic. It does have a texture on there to make it a little bit more grippy, I guess you could say, and not slippery, but it's still kind of slippery. And it's not the most comfortable thing to hold. It's also not a very long handle, so it doesn't give you very much room to choke up on while you're using the cane. Next, the cane itself is kind of chunky. It's a very large diameter tube, definitely larger than your traditional mobility canes that we're probably used to. And that would be fine if you could use this as a mobility cane, but you absolutely cannot. And we'll get to that here in a second. I do really like the construction of the tubes and how they fit together. It's a simple design and it works really well, so there's nothing wrong with that. However, because it is a bit chunky and you've got this cap at the bottom, it makes it a little bit on the heavy side. Next is just the height of it. 49 inches is kind of a short cane. Now, of course, this isn't going to affect everybody. Some people are going to prefer a short cane, but for me, I prefer much more in the 55 inch or above. So 49 is just a very short cane for me. And then finally, my biggest problem with this cane is this rubber tip at the end. This tip makes it great for stability. You can really lean on this cane. It's a very strong cane. And with this rubber foot, it's not going to slip out from under you or anything like that. So that's great for that. But this is a nightmare to try and use as a traditional mobility cane. You absolutely cannot do constant contact, and you really can't even do two-point touch. It gets caught on everything. I mean, it's made out of rubber, so it just grabs everything. So if you need a mobility cane, I definitely do not recommend this. Now, there is a little bit of a workaround. This rubber foot you can pop it off, and it is just a hollow tube. Because you have the double bungee in there, you could probably rig this up to accept hook style tips. So you could probably put a hook marshmallow tip on here or something similar, or a hook rolling ball tip, and then it would make it pretty viable as a mobility cane. But as it is with this rubber cap on the bottom, absolutely not. And that brings me to who I would recommend this cane for. If you need a mobility cane, if you are a two-point touch or a constant contact user, definitely this is not the right cane for you. At least not as your primary cane. This could definitely be an in case of emergency cane, just to get you by, get you out of a sticky situation, maybe. Who I would recommend this cane for is someone who needs stability and identification, with maybe some light probing investigation. If you're looking for a cane that can be used for identification, something you can lean on, something that's going to be strong and reliable, but still recognizable as a white cane for the visually impaired, then this probably would be very good. Although, once again, this handle is a little slippery to really be leaning on. If you need just an ID cane, I wouldn't recommend this because of the weight, because of the chunkiness of the cane, the tubing. It's just too much cane for just identification. Now, if you just wanted a couple backup canes, like I said before, for $10, less than $10, free shipping, you really can't beat that. You may want to pick up a couple of these canes, have one in the car, have one in your backpack, just in case your primary cane fails or you leave it on a train or something like that, you'll have a backup. In those situations, this would probably be pretty good. Okay, guys, I hope you found that information helpful. As always, I will include links to the Amazon page for this cane. Those will be in the video description down below. I'll also add this to my Amazon shop, which you can find by going to amazon.com/shop/theblindlife. That link will also be down below, and you can also find it on my website, www.theblindlife.net. Once again, a big thank you to the manufacturer for sending these canes out to me to make this video. And don't forget, join me for future live stream events and Talkback with the Blind Life, where we will be giving away these canes to some lucky contest winners. But that is it for this one, guys. As always, this is Sam with the Blind Life. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.